All right, let's talk some Digimon story time, Stranger. Because honestly, there is a lot of positivity around this game. I feel like the hype for Digimon as a whole right now, in my opinion, and from everything I'm seeing, the hype, it feels like it's never been higher.
I think people are learning that there have been Digimon games in the past decade.
True.
Because they're seeing this now and looking into it.
I was about to say, from my understanding, this is probably going to be the most played Time Stranger game.
Story game?
Story game?
Yeah. And just probably, honestly, Digimon game in general.
Probably.
Because I mean, dude, the hype around this game is so real. Like the amount of like articles that I've seen come out say Time Stranger was the best thing at Summer Game Fest. Like too many to count. Too many to count.
Here's my real question: is whenever Time Stranger does eventually come out and people play it, how many people are gonna go to the previous two Digimon story games? Then how many people are gonna play Survive thinking it's part of the same thing?
That's true. Hopefully they do a little research.
Hopefully the first part where they go back to the other Digimon story games because they're fantastic.
Yeah.
I hope they don't go to Survive thinking it's the same thing because they'll bounce off that immediately.
There's no reason they should.
Yeah.
Because the only thing they have in similarity is Digimon.
Right.
But it might be a thing where they look back at it and they're like, okay, what's the last Digimon game to come out?
Which was Survive.
Yep.
Arguably one of the better ones.
I mean, it still is, but it is definitely a different tone and
complete tone shift.
Gameplay,
everything shift
from the story games.
But it's awesome.
I mean, it very is. Have you ever gone back and done your second playthrough where you didn't kill everyone?
I'm in the playthrough. I don't remember how far I am in it. But it might be something I go back to soon because.
Oh, is Digimon talk getting you excited?
Well, it's that and that playthrough is loaded up on my PS4 right now.
Okay.
Which is in my living room, but I haven't been spending much time in there. But I'm gonna do some rearranging soon, and might hop back on. That might be what I hop back onto when I get that done.
Nice. Yeah, no, with Time Stranger and all the conversation around it, man, I really feel like the hype right now for Digimon is like, I feel like it's at a peak. Like it feels like it's a pretty
all-time high.
Like it feels like it's at the same high of when Digimon Adventure Tri was announced and coming out. Like it feels like it's at that same level.
Slightly different communities, but yeah.
Yeah, it totally different. Yeah. But
so back mentioned I had a question for you earlier. Yep. Speaking of like that, it's at its like peak right now. I wanted to ask you, do you think it's finally Digimon's time?
I would maybe overthrow some stuff.
Do you think it's finally time? Not even necessarily overthrow, but like for the Digimon games to like break into
like mainstream,
kind of the mainstream.
You know, honestly, yes. With how Time Stranger looks, all the improvements they've made, and again, all of the conversation that's around it, right? Like this conversation wasn't around for Survive. No. The conversation was for Survive is, what is Survive?
Does it exist?
Is this a thing?
It was basically me and you for like 3 years going, they say it's coming still.
Yeah, like this conversation around Time Stranger, everyone that's gotten a chance to play it at like Summer Game Fest and just all the interviews and all the conversation, the continuous trailer drops and everything. Like I'm seeing like all of that just further helps with the domino effect of just like, I've seen like, big gaming content creators that I follow, they're talking about it. Like, let's say like Mighty Keith, for example, where it's like, he's just like, man, Time Stranger just looks so good. It's like, I want to go replay, the 2 cyber games now, the story cyber games. It's like, just that extra set of eyes that more content creators are going to help put on the game. That's going to help further domino the game. So it's like, I really feel like Time Stranger can really be that one to help push it into the mainstream. Because the conversation around it's so positive. It's unreal how positive this is.
Question.
So I think so.
Does Time Stranger actually have a release date?
Yeah. October 3rd. We got it during the, was it PlayStation? Yeah, it was PlayStation.
Yeah, it was PlayStation.
It was State of Play. State of Play. It was 10/3.
Okay. Then that's my other thing was, I mean, yes, it definitely is a game that can bring Digimon into the spotlight. My only concern was, is it releasing with anything big around the same time?
Yes. Ghost of Yatai. The day before.
I don't really see that hurting it though.
I agree, but it is a big thing around.
I mean, it is a big thing, but that's only going to hurt it on really pretty much on one console.
Yeah. It's two different audiences.
I was going to say it is that two different audiences as well. Plus, Ghost of Yotei will only be on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Whereas this is going to be on
everything,
literally everything.
Yep.
So it's got a pretty good chance, John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel? No,
I'm so happy for it right now. It was already looking good. Like we were already extremely excited for it.
Right.
But then seeing all the positivity around it, it's wild because me and you've been getting hyped up about we were getting hyped up for like Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth when it was coming out, and like we're used to nobody giving a shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like when the Time Stranger, I sent it to you before that reveal happened. It got leaked with GameStop, I think. It's just like when I sent you that, I did not even imagine that there would be this much conversation. I fully believed it would be, oh, there's a new Digimon game, and that would have been it. And it would have just been me and you pumped about it, the Digimon community pumped about it. But now I'm seeing like the gaming community pumped about it. So it is really weird. It's nice, but it's weird because I'm not used to this. But welcome everyone. Welcome because these games are great. The Digimon games are a lot of fun for the most part, and the story games from the two that was on the PS Vita to the PS4, even the ones back on the DS and stuff. Good games. This game's gonna be great. The story is gonna be great. The Olympus 12 is really cool. This game's gonna be great. I cannot wait. Cannot wait for it to get shifted into the mainstream. Because like the interview that you sent me, there was three things that I took out of it because it wasn't a super long interview, but there was three things I took out of it that I thought was interesting. One is that it should be Steam Deck compatible, which is great because Digimon story games and Digimon games in general has such a long history with handhelds. DNA Digivolving will be in it, which I assumed that would be the case, but I'm glad that's confirmed in the interview. And then the game length, the story should only be about 40 hours. Subquest and Digimon training will add about another 10. But to 100% the game, like get every Digimon, whatever, he up front said, yeah, we don't even know. Yeah. We don't know how long it's going to be.
Because that's one where it's like, when they say like 10 hours for like sub stories and training Digimon, it's like, oh, you're assuming we're not playing it to get what we want.
Right.
It's like, because it like, even in the other game, like Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, I mean, I spent well over 15 hours in like just grinding in certain zones, level it up, de-level and over again to raise the base stats of everything up to get certain like Digimon.
Right. Yep.
It's like you'll spend dozens of hours doing that in this game. Because and it's like I spent 15-20 hours just doing that, and before like I don't even know if I had everything in the old games, and this game's gonna have like 200 more, which is also fucking wild.
Yeah. Which we did get some more Digimon kind of shown throughout the week, whether it's like the single slides or whatever the case is, and it's nothing overall that really jumps out. I mean, there's some that need to be here. I mean, like Coronamon and like Lunamon and Junomon, like they're all like intertwined with the Olympus 12. I'm pretty sure Lunamon and Coronamon like they are the Olympus 12. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, because that evolves into Dianamon and Apollomons. I mean, that's literally part of the
I was also going to say,
Skull Seedramon's cool though. That was cool to see.
I don't remember if it was mentioned in any of the trailers we saw before, but in that interview as well, they did say that a large focus of this game is like the Olympic 12.
Yep, they did. Which that was in the interview that you sent me, because I was just talking about the story they're going for, the more serious story, and really focusing on they said it's like we wanted to do a story on the Olympus 12 for a while. So it's like glad to see we're getting it. I'm excited to see how the story plays out, because the story itself, like the narrative of all these games, have always been really, really solid. For the two story games that we had on the PS Vita to the PS4, those are really interesting because you play Hacker's Memory and the whole thing is taking place at the exact same time as Cyber Sleuth. So it's just like an interesting dynamic there. So I don't know. Like I said, it's really weird to see Digimon being at the Digimon game being at the hype level that it is. It's like you just wouldn't. It's not Pokemon. It's not. It doesn't generate the same level of hype, but it's like, man, it feels like it's really getting to the mainstream.
I've also seen some articles that have been like kind of doing the Pokemon comparisons with it.
I saw some too.
And like most of what I've seen has been more on the like positive side of Time Stranger.
Yeah,
which is wild.
Yeah, I saw one article saying it's just like if Pokemon's not careful, Digimon's gonna be eating Pokemon's lunch. Was the headline of the
Are we back in the
article.
early 2000s and 90s?
Yes, Zach. Everything circled back around.
What is happening?
Yeah, right.
I haven't seen a Digimon Pokemon comparison since 2002.
I know, dude. We're back, baby. Digimon's all the way back.
It's because Digimon's getting popular again, and they don't know what to compare it to.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tamagotchis are dead, so you can't compare it to that anymore.
Hey, they got a new game. That's coming out at the end of this month, I think. Tamagotchi Plaza.
I mean, I know, but there's a definitely distinct
I know,
difference
I know,
nowadays
I know.
versus back then when you're like, oh, you get this little device with Digimon which you can connect and fight with people. And then Tamagotchi, you get this little device, you take care of this pet. You don't fight, but you still take care of it.
Right. No, man, just like I said, everything about Time Stranger right now and just the overall hype around the game, fantastic. Love it. Love that, I shot this out last week. I love that, the collector's edition of the games. Like, even if you would get the big boy edition, comes with an actual physical copy of the game. Wanted to shout that out now because I'm gonna bitch about that here in a little bit. About a couple other games, but just everything about it, man. Everything about it's super positive right now. And so to further back to your question, buddy, I think it's time we're going mainstream with it.
And it's fine.
We're going mainstream.
It's finally happening. Or because I think it was 3 years ago. There was I think I had sent it to you as a screenshot of a tweet that someone on the team for the Digimon games made, where they're like, "Yeah, we got 3 games in mind that we're cooking up right now." They took their time, and man, we're gonna be eating good.
Yeah, we're cooking. Yeah, I won't get to play it for 2 weeks because I will be leaving for my honeymoon.
Wait, what's the third game? So I assume one was Survive, one's Time Strangers.
But
who knows?
Maybe they're still working on it.
Who knows? Yeah, I don't know, man.
Rumble Arena 3?
Oh, please, brother. They have a Rumble Arena over in Japan that didn't come out over here, but we need a true Rumble Arena 3.
It's just a battle royale.
But no, you can best believe as soon as I get home from my honeymoon, we're playing some Digimon Story Time Stranger. I'm pumped.
I'm gonna just send you a bunch of screenshots.
I'm gonna block you.
Spoilers.
I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna block you.
Wait, we're getting 2 weeks of just shows with John and me?
Yeah. Because that first Saturday that I'm gone, man, that's his Digimon time. That's Digimon time right there. And then whatever's the next week.
All right, John, I'm gonna bring you the best sounding board ever.
Oh, buddy.
My father.
Oh, buddy. Scott has entered the program.
Yeah, there will be a lot of Digimon talk that week.
There's also going to be a lot of pre-recorded videos coming out for about 2 weeks, so get ready for that too, because I will not have a lot of time to do any editing to cut up the shows. We are going to have her laptop, so I am going to try to do some cutting up after you guys' show. At least maybe a couple things like Digimon story stuff and anything that was notable. But I may not dive in and cut up the weekly wrap up. I'll get Gamesthetic game of the week and whatever the big things are, and that's probably all I'll be able to get. Which I guess reminds me, I'm gonna have to probably get Photoshop on that laptop too, so I can get all that done. But either way, Digimon Story Time Stranger, very exciting.